Hey there, Sagittarius. This is Chronic Joy Tarot, and we're here to do your soul guidance for those born under the sun, moon, rising signs of Sag, or anyone else who happens to be guided here. If you have Sag heavily in your chart, or you're cross-watching for someone else, whatever it is, everyone that comes upon this video can get help from it, get new guidance from it. The way that my readings go, they're not predictive. They're not automatically, focused on your external world or others around you. This is about your soul and its capacity and willingness to grow and expand, and different aspects of yourself that we can focus on with every reading to do that, to gain that expansion. Okay? And the guidance that I pulled, the oracle card that I pulled to give us sort of a theme for this reading, is coming from the Ascended Masters deck. And for you, Sag, I pulled the Green Man, Retreat into Nature. I love this because for me, being with nature is one of the most immediate ways I can restore my soul. To really just strip away the daily grind, all the relationship stuff, all the interactions with my kids, the work problems, whatever, just being in nature. Even just looking out my window and staring at the trees being blown by the wind for 10 minutes, that is restorative to me because I've trained myself really to use nature as the tool to strip away all that three-dimensional real life stuff, right? I happen to live near the ocean, so it's very easy for me to just step out my door and be in nature. Not everyone has that. Some of you are in urban areas. Not everyone has that access. Maybe it's, more that you have to go to a park, or even just working with essential oils, crystals, having a lot of plant in your house, animals. Those are also, that's a boost of nature for you too. But one of the most important things is to get outside and get fresh air. That's like kind of the starting point. So I'm wondering why this card was pulled for you. So I think maybe some of you may have found that the grind has been a little too heavy and you're out of balance as far as, city life or work life or whatever, and the planet, as far as that goes. And for some of you, it might be more spiritual, not your physical, logistical grind every day. Maybe that's not the problem. Maybe your spirit's been feeling locked, or, you want to move to a new level, elevate to a new spiritual level. So I'm guessing that if that's the case, if any of those scenarios are right for you, then one of the steps you can take to expand and move yourself to your next level is going to be being with nature. Acknowledgement of the planet, really feeling it. There's so much expansiveness in the natural state of things, and we tend to forget that sometimes. We tend to micro-focus ourselves just into our minds and what's right in front of us, indoors. Okay, enough of that. So we're going to use the Zen Tarot spread to expand on this topic. This spread is called The Tree. It's my own little made-up spread. We have sets of branches here, and this lower branch is your starting point. So it's where you are now, internal energies and external, and then moving up to the next level. Okay? So let's see where we got here for you, Sag. Starting point, clinging to the past. Okay. So if this is some of you, this could be literally, so this is a figure she's caught in this box of memories, right? She's got it wrapped around her head so firmly and so fully that she's failing to see what's going on right around her, which is, a lot of bright lights, a lot of sparkliness right in front of her, but she can't see it because she's hidden herself into her sort of box of memories there. Now, this could be literally like you're remembering things from your past and kind of can't get past them, or it could be your spiritual self kind of ready to move on to the next level. Kind of, yeah, I've learned this much so far. I've practiced this level of meditation or this level of yoga or prayer or whatever it is for you spiritually, and that you're feeling like you're ready to expand to the next level. And I love that because, like I said, the most immediate way for me to restore or boost my spiritual self is to be with nature. It's just about immediate. I can feel it right away, connecting like straight to my heart. So I'm going to suggest that for you as well. If this is an energy that you're resonating with, this sort of stuckness or looking backwards more than you look forward or more than you are in the presence, in the present moment, this is a good guidance for you. It's a perfect reason to get out there and be with nature. Internally, we have the Patience card, and externally, morality. So within you, you've had to practice some patience maybe with yourself, with others, with life. Maybe there's some kind of a momentum you're seeking, some kind of a shift or a change that you're seeking that hasn't come about yet. But, like I said, even if you're feeling anxious or that things aren't moving fast enough, realizing that everything comes in its time, right? Like we don't shove the moon forward into its next phase, or we don't force, a baby to be born before it's ready, correct? Of course, unless there's health issues, sorry. But nature mostly takes care of all of the cycles of life. And since we're talking about being more into nature, I'm loving that how these two pair hand in hand for you. Moving to your next level, shifting out of this sort of stuckness is going to require you to break it up a little bit. Like I said, get out, get fresh air, go sit, watch the trees, watch the wind, watch animals, go to a dog park and watch them play. Anything that takes your mind off of this stuckness, it's usually going to be found. I mean, you could watch TV or whatever to take your mind off it, but for your spirit and for your soul to feel fully refreshed, yeah, it's got to be nature. That's the one quick fix. In your external world, I have this morality card, which kind of makes me feel like you're having a battle between, and this is only going to be for some of you. This is a general reading, by the way. This is only going to be for some of you that really feel this clinging sort of stuck energy that you can't really move past. There may be a mental aspect to it. You might be telling yourself, I should have done the right thing, or I didn't do the right thing, or I have to make the right decision next. All those should have, would have, could haves, those shoulda, woulda, couldas, those all remain. They help you to remain stuck, right? The only correct action that is needed is your full presence in this moment, at this time. Because to get out of your head and, get out from behind this box here that you might feel cluttered by, to get out of that, it's going to take almost ignoring it, right? And the fastest way to do that, like I said, is be in nature. Let nature take its course, basically, right? It's a really, really, plus just the physical input of fresh air and other elements besides, whatever's in your environment, maybe at work or at home or whatever, getting out there and shifting it and getting more green, of course, is always going to shift your energy, shift your capacity for moving forward. Okay, going forward to the next level, this energy here, this one card is kind of the key to moving forward, the energy that you want to master or acknowledge, and that's the dream. So this is perfect coming on the heels of the morality card, because this card tells us there is no, like, this is like sort of like she's dreaming of meeting Prince Charming and living happily ever after. And those ideals that we set forth for ourselves, they're not always real life, right? Like, real life is here right now, right here in the forest, or right there in the park, or right here with your pets, right? That is the moment that is your life, right? And practicing that, returning to this moment more and more often, will release some of this stuckness. It will definitely free you from the need to behave in a right or wrong, or whatever standards have been set, society has set, or maybe even your own mental constructs of what's right and wrong, because there is no right and wrong in life. There only is what is. Okay? And placing judgment on it is what keeps you stuck. Okay? As far as your spiritual growth. So I love that, because coming off the heels of that right or wrongness, that morality card, is this idea that, if only I could achieve this, then I'll be happy, right? And that is a fallacy. So learning to be with, the old ways of doing things, but being willing to transform them, is going to be key for you in growing your spirit. As far as, I'm willing to respond to new experiences in a different way. I'm willing to drop the need for this one desire of mine to only have one path to get there. I'm willing to drop that need. I'm willing to accept that perhaps the one thing that I want is really a combination of 10 little things that end up there, or that basically find that the path that you're on, the point in the journey that you're on, is the perfection. That is the best place you could be, right? Instead of up in your head thinking about what could have been, or thinking about what's right and wrong, be, right? Do you get it? I hope you're getting it. And the fastest way to be able to just be here now is tapping into nature, okay? Next steps, and moving on to your next level of awareness. I have these cards here. Love it. Perfect. Okay. So your next, mastering this, letting go of some of that clinginess to old ideas or old ways of thought, and being willing to move forward, that creates space for you to have more understanding for yourself and your own path so far. Like, I know I've been in a period where I've made a decision and regretted it. Not so much regretted it, knowing it was the right decision, but really not loving the way it made me feel. And sat with it, and why couldn't it have been different? And why couldn't all those, I should have. And it really helped me to just feel stuck. And at this point, now that I've moved beyond it, I'm much more willing to see that every decision I made, including the decision that made me uncomfortable, was for my best, was for my highest good. And I get that. And there isn't a right or wrong. There isn't a me and us and them. There isn't it's all connected. It's all connected. Your entire spiritual path is unfolding at the pace that's perfect for you, with the level of awareness that you're capable of taking on at any given time. And as you grow and grow and grow, you're able to take on more and more. And when you get to that point where you're more understanding with yourself and realize I made the choices based on what I knew and based on what I was capable of at the time, you're able to move on from regret and that sort of clinging to the past feeling. You're able to move on from it once you realize you're always doing your best at any given moment. You really are. And learning that and really sitting with that self-care and self-understanding is really going to move you forward. We've got more silent time on the horizon. Maybe plan to carve out more time with yourself, more quiet time that creates distance between you and sort of like the mental chatter or the the back and forth with others, all the interactions with others. Carve out time, meditation time, time in nature, right? Retreat into nature more often, and really just allow yourself to be. It's so important. It sounds like I'm saying just check out, and I kind of am, but I'm not saying disengage from your life. But carve out moments where you can check out, so that unplug and don't listen to don't watch TV, don't get on your phone, and go out and be in nature. It's obviously my go-to answer, but really carve out those moments so that you can sort of refuel and then get back in there and interact and do all the stuff that we do as humans, right? But that quiet time, that detached time, is really important for your soul's growth. And then in your external world, you begin to see new ways of approaching issues, new ways of approaching your spiritual growth, new ways of, and that comes also after spending considerable time in nature. You just start to become more inspired. You have more hope, more clarity, new ideas that never would have occurred to you if your mind stayed cluttered like this, right? New vision, new ways of seeing things that aren't just the old standard right and wrong, grow up, live happily ever after, this is the only way to do it, this is the only way to happiness, new ways of really engaging and being in your happiness. Find it through your animals or through your surroundings, or like I said, start working with crystals or flower essences, essential oils. Mix it up a little, expand that spirit. You're poised to do it. You're poised to do it. It's just a matter of doing away with some of the old constructs that are no longer really working for you. They no longer serve you. The insight into this whole reading and sort of the outcome is this fighting card. And I'm going to take this as what's come to me when I saw that when I first turned it over was, oh yeah, you're going to be able to drop all that internal mental chatter that has you doing this kind of stuck. You're going to be able to be freed from this should I, shouldn't I should have, I shouldn't have, what will they think, what should I say, all the mental direction that we take that really is not there to serve our spirit. Now, mental direction and mental logic and relying on our mental energies is super important as human beings, but we're talking about your spiritual well-being here. We're talking about, expansion. And so there are moments when the mental chatter does not serve us. And that, of course, are those, get into those moments of silence. Develop your intuition. See how that full moon is lit up in the third eye? Develop it more. Trust what's within you. Trust the process. Trust the little inspired ideas that come to you when you're out in nature meditating, right? Trust it. Write it down. Follow it. Follow your heart and follow your spirit. and you will enjoy continued growth. Okay? All right, I really love this for you, Sag. I think it's a good sort of template to take out whenever we're feeling a little stuck, as far as old patterns, old ways of seeing and doing things. And when you want a little spiritual boost, always, follow the green man, always. It's there to help. Okay, I will talk to you guys very soon. I love you. Thank you for allowing me to share this guidance, and thank you for receiving it in the beautiful way that you do. Okay, I'll see you guys, or I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye. Love you.